What are you doing with your spare money? So we all go to work, we all make a paycheck, and after our expenses, after we pay our rent, our mortgage, our bills, we might have a little bit of money left over. Be $1,000, so $10,000, $100. You know, that's very, very different for everybody. If you're not putting your extra money to work, so that money can earn interest and earn income for us, right? When we're sleeping, our money is working for us. So what are you doing with your money? We could buy stocks. We could put it in U.S. treasuries. We can buy precious metals like gold, silver, platinum. We can buy crypto like Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of these altcoins or meme coins. We can buy real estate. We could buy a piece of real estate, fix it up and rent it out. We can put the money into a business and grow a business, right? So there's plenty of places that you could put your extra money to work to earn you extra income. High, S&P just reached an all-time high, almost tickling $6,200. Stock market has been extremely volatile, right? Up, down, up, down. Depending on who you ask, we're going to hit that all-time high, we're going to tread sideways, and then we're going to roll over and we're going straight down. Straight down to the ground, new lows, 3,500. And then you ask people, no, stock market's going to continue to trend up. So you have stocks, you can do domestic stocks, American stocks, tech companies. You can do international stocks, right? Because international stocks have been underperforming American stocks for so long now. People will say, oh, American stocks, they ran out of steam. They're going to hit their high and they're not going anywhere, right? They're too overvalued. Whereas international stocks are undervalued. So it makes more sense to pile in some money into those. They're going to have a bigger run. Treasuries. We got interest rates at 4.5%, so you could still get a T-bill for 4%, maybe a high-yield savings account for 5%. You could get a CD paying 4.5%, money markets. So those are a safe, quote-unquote, safe place to put your money. Are you putting your money into precious metals? Gold, right? Gold has had quite the tear over the last year. Almost going up, what, 50% in a year? Year to date, up about 25%. Silver, up about 25%. Platinum, up about 25%. A lot of movement with precious metals, right? With all this geopolitical tension with China holding on to rare earths, and you know, we need these minerals. We need these minerals mined from the earth to provide us the materials to build electric cars and computer chips and circuit boards. So precious metals have definitely been a flight to safety for a lot of banks and institutions, right? They're running away from the US dollar and they're saying, I'm done with the dollar, I'm putting my money into gold. So are you buying some gold? What about crypto? Bitcoin, that's another one. A lot of people, a lot of institutions, a lot of hedge funds. There's new ETFs out now, Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs. There are going to be Solana ETFs, XRP ETFs. A lot of people are putting their money into crypto. Bitcoin is up about 15% year to date, up over 70% over the last year. Hey, you know, if you got in last year around $50,000, you know, you bought one coin at $50,000, I mean, you more than doubled your money. Not bad. So are you buying crypto? You buying real estate? I mean, real estate right now, kind of a sticky situation with real estate. You know, there's a lot of sellers out there trying to get rid of their property. They're trying to offload their property, but a lot of these people missed the boat. They should have did it last year. because the buyers, they're not budging, right? They're not willing to overpay for these properties anymore. So a lot of real estate is starting to kind of come down a little bit, starting to lose a little value. So is that real estate bubble about to pop? Maybe. You know, the cost of maintaining real estate, you know, fixing HVAC system, fixing appliances, fixing the walls, fixing the windows, the doors, right? General maintenance, plumbing, anything. It's a lot of money to maintain a house. All right, you call a plumber over and he does a simple task and it's like you're cutting him a $500 check. So I feel like if you're going to be in the real estate game, you got to know how to fix a lot of stuff yourself to save some money and increase your profit. That's why I feel like a lot of people are doing the Bitcoin, because you can make a good return on your money and you don't have to do shit. All you need to do is just buy the thing and hang out. So where are you putting your money? Because inflation still up there. Federal Reserve, they say, oh, inflation's under control. We're back down to 3%. We're getting close to our target of 2%. I call it bullshit. I don't think we're anywhere near that. I think everything in the food store is too expensive. Take a look at this. So there's Manhattan right there, the biggest city in the world. Biggest city in the world, the most money in the world right there. That's where all the money happens, right? All of our financial decisions and everything, it comes out of there. So for me personally, I tend to diversify my money. I got a little bit in crypto. I got some in precious metals. I love silver. I got some gold. Got a lot of my money in the S&P 500, the Russell 1000. I have international stocks like VEU and a couple of Schwab emerging markets, whatever. And I just DCA, dollar cost average in, right? Nobody knows what the stock market's going to do. Nobody knows anything. Everybody has FUD, right? Everybody has all this fear, uncertainty, and doubt that the world's going to end. If the world ends, who gives a fuck about your money, right? It doesn't matter at that point. So I guess try not to worry so much. Easier said than done. I worry about it too. But yeah, I just go to work every day, and any extra money that I have, I buy an asset. I'll buy something with it. I'm not gonna just let it sit in cash and melt away. That's probably the worst thing you can do. So leave your comments below. Let me know what you're doing with your money. All right, guys, take it easy.